Today we will be discussing how to properly use, this kind of saw. Now, we will worry with the proper names later. So, for right now, we're going to call this the curved saw. What we're going to do is we're going to show a demonstration of how to cut a branch with this 2x4. Remember, safety's first. So, what are we going to do? First off, we're going to put on our safety glasses. Second off, we're going to put in our earplugs. Alright. Then, what we'll do, we're going to take this seat clamp.
Here you go.
That is a proper name.
There's your earplug.
What we're going to do, we're going to clamp it down. See? You see it clamping? Alright, now we're going to take our other earplug. Put it in. Because this can get very loud. And this kind of saw only cuts on the push stroke. Alright, if you'll notice when you come back, that just pulls your little shavings out. Once you say, I'm not doing it right, that's exactly right. Alright, what am I doing wrong? Yes. First off, you're supposed to have your hand over here, bracing yourself for when it cuts through, you don't want to go, you cut your leg off. You don't want to be a one-legged woodcutter. Well, so now let's do it the proper way. Once you say, I'm not paying attention, that's right, that's a safety hazard. I better start paying attention. Alright, and what you'll notice right here, when it's fixing to fall off, sometimes it will split out and take part of your wood farther down. However, this would be a branch, but I'm going to tell you the proper way to cut the 2x4. You get ready, and then you take one big push. That way you just knock it off. Now that we're out here in the woods, I'm going to show a demonstration on how to properly cut off a tree branch with, now I'm going to use the proper term, pruning saw, such as you see here. But first off, safety's always first. Let's get our safety glasses. Look good, don't I? Get our earplugs. This time you put both of them in at the same time. You gotta roll them up a little, squeeze them until they fit. Then you pop them in right there. Alright, now, there's 3 different kinds of saws. There's a hobbyist saw, there's the avid gardener saw, and then there's a professional saw. If you're looking to do any extensive pruning, I would go for the professional grade saw. It's always the best way to go. So here we have a Corona professional grade saw. So, what are we going to do with it? Alright, where's my branch at? I'm going to be demonstrating how to cut off this branch. We're going to do this. This is at a little awkward angle, but that's okay. You don't want to cut it off straight down at an angle. You don't want to have it slanted. No, you want to cut it parallel, square. Alright? So what we're going to do, the proper way of pruning is such as this. But you can't always do that. So, we're going to just use our head a little. If that makes sense. Now, which would be better, let's think? Right here. Or like this. Some of you may think it's like this. Well, you're wrong if you do. Because it's really like this. Safety always first. So what we're going to do here is we're going to take it and we're going to push. We're going to stop. We're going to look. Is that where we want to cut? Well, not all of you will get this the first time, but I've been doing this for a while. So I've got it pretty well the way I want it cut. So what am I going to do? I'm going to continue cutting. Alright, did you see what happened right there? It slid. That's no good. What we're going to have to do, we're going to have to put this branch right here, right behind our head. Alright? That's for safety reasons too, which you will later understand. Alright, let's come up. Alright, did you see that? It's still sliding. So, we've got a bad angle. What we're going to do is we're going to just do it from this side. We're going to start cutting. Now, if you also notice, for safety reasons, you never cut a branch that's over you, and that can potentially fall on your head. Now, of course, we should have on hard hats out here, considering we are avid professionals. We don't have the money that it requires to buy professional grade hard hats. If you're going to buy it, you got to buy the right stuff. We're going to cut it off. Let's keep on the cut. Now, what you'll notice is it tried to split off right there. So, we're going to take it and we're going to bend it down a little more. Then, keep on the cut. Now, what do you notice? First off, what I noticed, the branch just fell out of the tree right where I was standing. That's not good. Because you know what will happen then? Alexis, you want to hold this for me? Alright. Now, what would happen is, if Alexis over there accidentally was the tree, and the tree's arms were getting tired, so he let them down as soon as the saw cut through. What would happen? His hand would hit me right on the head. That wouldn't be good. That could knock me out. So, that's the main reason I moved positions. But it also helped that we had a bad angle. So, what are we going to do now? I'm just going to explain some do's and don'ts about pruning trees. Okay? First off, safety's always first. When you're done, put your saw back in its sheath. Okay? Now, I'm just going to tell you what this is good for. It's ideal for camping, cutting firewood, and it's got an aggressive tooth pattern. So you know what that means? It means it cuts them, you want long chips. You don't want it to just make little dust as it goes. No. You want it to make long chips coming off. See that? See them long chips falling off? Now that's what you want. Now whoever sharpened this saw did an awful good job. And no, I can't take credit. It wasn't me. The person who last sharpened this saw was the manufacturer. So, I just like it known. So, go buy a Corona saw if you're buying a saw. Professional grade steel. Some safety guidelines. Always wear eye protection. Because you know what would have happened if I didn't have on my eye protection right there? I would cut my eye out. So, do not use this while you're standing on a ladder or other unstable surfaces. So, in other words, you don't want to be standing on a ladder here, notice you're falling, and quit cutting and cut your arm off. Because you don't want to be a one-armed wood cutter. Alright. Stay away from children, pets, and idiots that stand right beside you while you're cutting these. Only used for the appropriate job, such as pruning, potentially cutting small firewood. Small, like that size, or smaller, no bigger, ever. And then, do not use around electrical wires or equipment. So you don't want to be cutting a tree off of a bulldozer with this and hit a wire. Then all of a sudden, you know what's going to happen? the bulldozer's going to quit. You're going to have to spend a lot of money to get it fixed, so never do that. Now, as far as pruning goes, you never want to cut a branch directly above you, or it'll fall on your head. You never want to cut off the branch that you're sitting on, because then you can use your imagination. But I'm going to tell you, if you don't have a big imagination, you're going to fall. Alright? And then, most importantly, use common sense. If you'll notice what I'm doing right now, I'm not using common sense. I'm holding the blade. That's not smart when you got a handle. So don't do that. And then, remember, be safe, and we'll see you next time. Oh, look at that. Perfect. Perfect. Alright.
John, you have the force of a little bit. Let me do John, you need something else?
Alright.
Ready the video? You ready the video?
You gotta get to where you can see the proper. You gotta get over here. Yes. However, this would be a branch, but I'm going to tell you the proper way to cut the tulip. Now.
Did that fall by itself or?